Rise and grind, McAlester. Welcome to Harbor Mountain Coffee House at 224 South 3rd Street in McAlester. Come have a cup of joe with us and enjoy the show. You're tuned in to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, Reagan Auto, the PC Landing Zone, Bank First, and Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of McAlester. We're live on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, as well as video streaming on YouTube. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, and tomorrow night, it's playoff time in the Heartland as the Buffaloes host a first-round playoff game for the first time since 2021, welcoming the Claremore Zebras to town in a rematch of the 2019 first-round playoff matchup between the Buffs and the Zebras. Now, with all that said, let's welcome the McAlester head coach, Adam Haas. How are you doing, Coach?
I'm good, man.
Yep, Coach, it was a wet one last Friday in Shawnee, but you guys got the win 20-7, clinched the 2 seed. What do you think about the game?
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm proud of our kids. I'm proud of their effort that they put in, and proud of their grit under the adverse conditions. I told them before the game, on a Thursday before the game, that everything was going to be fluid because of the weather expectations, and we had some adversity from the very get-go, from the pregame with Shawnee changing times on us. All of a sudden, and we had to be fluid and we had to adjust, and we couldn't let that be a distraction. And I think the kids responded. Our pregame wasn't the norm, all right, but we had to adjust, and they did a good job adjusting to that and staying focused. And they went out and they did what we asked them to do, and they got after it and they played physical, and I think it was probably the most well-rounded team win, in my opinion, of the season.
Now, I was thinking of that as well, because when you're looking at the kind of conditions that you guys have and still being able to put up 20 points, because at one point you get through the whole first quarter and you're thinking, well, the first team to score wins, so technically that was the case. The first team that scored did win, but there's not a lot of ways to prepare for conditions like that. So when you have weather that affects the game like it did last week, pretty much raining for 48 straight minutes, how much does that affect play calling?
I mean, it affects it. I mean, obviously, offensively the first thing that you're concerned about is ball security, maintaining possessions. But with this, slick hands, slick balls, and things like that, obviously it's always in the back of your mind to, call the plays that protect the football, and keep the ball in our hands. But at the same time, like we did Friday, you got to take some chances. And we did that a few times, and we had guys that made some big plays for us. Bickham had some clutch catches, and obviously Kaysen had some clutch passes, and Cleveland had a clutch pass, and those were the chances that we took, and they executed. And I kept telling the receiving crew all night long, I said, hey, keep your hands dry, because, we're going to come back to you. And anyway, so – yeah, you want to protect the ball, but at the same time, we took some chances, and it paid off. I mean, not to mention that, our run game. I mean, we, other than a couple of snaps where the ball was slick, but in our run game, I mean, we had good ball security, and all that. But it does affect it. But Friday, in my mind, I was like, I'm not going to let it 100% dictate what we're going to do. And it paid off.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I was looking at when you're coming into the game is like, man, I wonder how many turnovers we're going to have. Because last time that we had a game in similar situations for an entire 4 quarters, it was back in 2018. McAlester played Durant at home, and it just rained the entire time and called it the monsoon. We had like 7 turnovers. We only had 1, and it wasn't until the final drive by Shawnee. So Braden Bumpus, though, brought a whole new element to the run game last week and had the eventual game-clinching touchdown run. What did you think about his performance?
I think he had a great performance. We put him in a different role than what he's been in a while, and I thought he did great. He averaged 11 yards a rush in that wild Buffalo look, and he did what we asked him to do, and he did great.
All right, Scout Team Player of the Week.
Zane Owens. Zane Owens was Scout Team.
And our Lineman of the Week.
Creed Tribby. He was the highest graded offensive lineman. He had the most pancakes.
Yes, sir. With that, we'll sneak aside for our first time out. This is Coffee with the Coach inside of Harbor Mountain Coffee House. We'll be back with player interviews after a quick word from our sponsors.
Looking for a trustworthy automotive shop? Come see our technicians at Reagan Auto. Our trusted technicians work hard to get your vehicle needs taken care of in a timely manner. Here at Reagan Auto, we provide oil changes, tires, alignments, along with transmissions and engines. Stop by and see us at Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester to get a quote, or simply call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes to sports, they're the winning team. And when it comes to your money, Bank First is the all-star you need on your side. We're talking big plays with full-service banking, touchdowns with convenient online and mobile banking, and overtime support with extended hours and ATMs statewide. Bank First, your money's winning team. Proud supporter of the McAlester Buffaloes. Member FDIC.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts. Get up to $17,500 in discounts on every new Ram truck in stock, including all heavy duties. Use this savings to pay off those credit cards and other bills just in time for the holidays. Patriot makes your next Ram truck affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Stock number 24559, MSRP 75905.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, flip phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, where you'll find furnishings for every room in your home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been family owned and operated for more than 34 years. Our experience and hometown service will help you find the furniture you've always wanted at the best price possible. Best of luck to the McAlester Buffaloes from all of us at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street, McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
For those on radio, there's your Buffalo drive of the game in their 20-7 win over the Shawnee Wolves, being the final drive of the first half. It covered 54 yards on 9 plays in 4 minutes and 59 seconds. It ended with a 10-yard touchdown pass from junior Kason Washington Mazie to sophomore Devion Bickham to put the Buffaloes up 13-0 at the time. Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach from Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAlester. This year's show is brought to you by Reagan Auto, the PC Landing Zone, Bank First, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of McAlester, and Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress. We've got Buffalo players Crawford Hester and Trevin Simons with us this morning. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
So, first time on the show, obviously, here. So, we got an icebreaker, just an easy one to get started here. We have Thanksgiving coming up fast. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Stuffing.
Stuffing. Okay.
I like the ham.
The ham?
Yeah.
Any no, I'm not going to make you do that. I was going to say anybody's ham or stuffing is better than someone else's. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus there. Those are going to be fighting words come Thanksgiving time if we get that out there. I know that we just mentioned we haven't had you guys on for Coffee with the Coach before, so we're going to get Buff fans to get to know you guys a little bit better. First off, what do you guys like to do outside of football?
On the weekends, I go to church, and during the week, I'll go play golf or just hang out with family.
Okay.
Just like hanging out with my friends.
Yeah?
That's really all I do.
Anything you like to do when you guys hang out?
Out.
Just whatever pops into your brain?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite subject in school and why?
Probably history, and it's just because of the teacher that's in there.
Okay. You want to give a shout-out to your teacher?
Yeah, Mr. Prince teaches my APUSH class. He's a really fun guy to be around.
Cool deal.
I like math.
Math?
Yeah, I like numbers.
So that's like 3 out of 4 people that's picked math, and I know that back in my day, no one would have picked math. So who's teaching math nowadays? Who's your teacher you want to give a shout-out to?
I got Miss Easley.
Miss Easley. Okay,
Yeah.
cool deal. Last week, you guys played in the rain for nearly all 48 minutes as we transitioned to football here for a little bit. Now, we were mentioning, back in the day, like, man, this is what we would love to play in. It's that kind of stuff. Now, you guys are actually playing in this stuff for all 48 minutes. Was it neat to play in that kind of weather, or was it just miserable the entire time?
I think it brought a level of difficulty to it, but it was fun. It was fun. It brought a new challenge to it, and we still overcame it.
Yeah.
It was cold. It was really cold, but I don't know. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Did the second half make it a little bit harder, I guess, when it started to have the wind?
Yeah, it got really cold right there.
Now, that win last week guaranteed that you guys could have at least one more home game, and that's going to be at the Hook against Claremore, win-or-go-home situation. How cool do you think it's going to be when you run out of the tunnel in a playoff atmosphere?
I think it's going to be great. Like you said earlier, we haven't had a home playoff game since 2021, so I think it'll be a great experience.
Yeah, the first-round home playoff game, first time since 2021. 2022 got to have the second round, but I know for Trevin, you're a junior, correct?
Sophomore.
Sorry, you're the junior, Crawford, right? So last time you had it was a freshman year, and you never got to experience a home playoff game, so it's going to be pretty exciting, right?
It's going to be nice.
Yes, sir. So last one's always a fun one here. Who do you got tomorrow night, Mike Tyson or Jake Paul?
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, that's got to be Tyson.
Come on.
It's going to be Tyson.
Nah, I hope that he doesn't take a dive, though.
No, yeah.
58 years old, but I'm ready to see kind of.
He looked a little stiff on that when they did the thing where they were like fighting in the ring. I don't know.
If you guys are going to pick Jake Paul, I was going to say, man, I'll tell you one thing. I don't care what age I'm at. I'm never going to step into a ring with Mike Tyson because I feel like that's a death wish there. Guys, thank you for coming on the show, and good luck tomorrow night against Claremore.
Thank you.
Again, those were Buffalo's Crawford Hester and Trevin Simons here on Coffee with the Coach. When we come back, we'll speak on the Zebras. You're on 1150 AM and 98.3 FM K.
Looking for a trustworthy automotive shop? Come see our technicians at Reagan Auto. Our trusted technicians work hard to get your vehicle needs taken care of in a timely manner. Here at Reagan Auto, we provide oil changes, tires, alignments, along with transmissions and engines. Stop by and see us at Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester to get a quote, or simply call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes to sports, they're the winning team. And when it comes to your money, Bank First is the all-star you need on your side. We're talking big plays with full-service banking, touchdowns with convenient online and mobile banking, and overtime support with extended hours and ATMs statewide. Bank First, your money's winning team. Proud supporter of the McAlester Buffaloes. Member FDIC.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts. Get up to $17,500 in discounts on every new Ram truck in stock, including all heavy duties. Use this savings to pay off those credit cards and other bills just in time for the holidays. Patriot makes your next Ram truck affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Stock number 24559, MSRP 75905.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, flip phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, where you'll find furnishings for every room in your home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been family owned and operated for more than 34 years. Our experience and hometown service will help you find the furniture you've always wanted at the best price possible. Best of luck to the McAlester Buffaloes from all of us at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street, McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, Reagan Auto, Bank First, Patriot, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram of McAlester, the PC Landing Zone as well. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, at Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street, McAlester, live alongside McAlester Buffalo coach Adam Haas. Tomorrow night, the Buffaloes are back in the MAC to begin the 5A football playoffs. Going back to 1977, McAlester leads the series over Claremore 6-3, with 7 of the 9 games being held in postseason play, in which the Buffs have a 5-2 advantage. Claremore's last win in the series was a 21-20 overtime win in 2012, but they're coming off of their first semifinal appearance since 1987 and looking to build off of last year's success. McAlester has won 3 in a row, and most recently in a 49-28 first-round playoff win at home in 2019. Speaking of first-round action, the Buffs are 31-10 in the opening round of postseason play, good for a 76% win percentage, which is the best in 5A. The Black and Gold have only lost twice in the first round in the 21st century. So, Coach, Buffaloes are back in the playoffs, hosting a first-round playoff matchup for the first time in a few years. What do you think is the collective vibe of the team getting ready for postseason action here?
Well, I think everybody's excited. Everybody's excited about having a home game in the first round. And, other than that, excitement around the game. I mean, it's business as usual. We're focused on taking care of business on Friday.
So now looking into the matchup itself, you got the Claremore Zebras, again made to the semifinals for the first time in a long time last year. So they're looking to build off of their success from a year ago. What do you think about the Zebras in 2024?
Well, I think, Claremore and Coach Hurt, they have a great team. They got some explosive players on offense, and then they got some tough kids on defense. But I think they're a great team, and they're going to be well coached. And, we need to play our best game of the year.
Speaking of some of those players, who are some players that stick out to you on film for Claremore?
On offense, obviously number 2, their quarterback, and number 1, their tailback. We're going to have to contain them. And then on defense, 34 and 40 at linebacker, they'll plug the holes on us. And, 55 is probably one of their better defensive linemen. He's really good with his hands. And 76 is another tackle, and he's a big guy, and he also plays well. So they got some dudes, and I think it's going to be a great game.
Now, mentioning they got some dudes, they have a pretty deep depth chart. I was looking at the roster, and Coach Hurt mentioned that he had record turnout for his program. There's 96 players in the varsity squad that's not including freshmen.
Right.
Just a whole lot of players there. What would you say are the keys to the game for tomorrow night?
Well, I like I already said, we're going to have to contain number 2 and number 1 when we're on defense. And then, on offense, we're going to have to take advantage of every opportunity that we have to go down and score. So if we can contain number 2 and number 1 and we take advantage of all the opportunities we have on offense, we'll be successful.
All right, that's kickoff at 7 o'clock tomorrow night in MacTown. Remember, for the first round of the playoffs, no matter what game you're going to, although we strongly encourage you to come over here to the Hook tomorrow night, veterans do get in for free. So thank you to past and current members of our nation's military that have helped to help serve and also help to preserve our nation's freedoms. We're going to take a break, and coming up next from Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street, McAlester, we'll be back with one final break. Don't go anywhere. You're on 1150 AM and 98.3 FM KNEB.
Looking for a trustworthy automotive shop? Come see our technicians at Reagan Auto. Our trusted technicians work hard to get your vehicle needs taken care of in a timely manner. Here at Reagan Auto, we provide oil changes, tires, alignments, along with transmissions and engines. Stop by and see us at Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester to get a quote, or simply call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes to sports, they're the winning team. And when it comes to your money, Bank First is the all-star you need on your side. We're talking big plays with full-service banking, touchdowns with convenient online and mobile banking, and overtime support with extended hours and ATMs statewide. Bank First, your money's winning team. Proud supporter of the McAlester Buffaloes. Member FDIC.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts. Get up to $17,500 in discounts on every new Ram truck in stock, including all heavy duties. Use this savings to pay off those credit cards and other bills just in time for the holidays. Patriot makes your next Ram truck affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Stock number 24559, MSRP 75905.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, flip phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, where you'll find furnishings for every room in your home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been family owned and operated for more than 34 years. Our experience and hometown service will help you find the furniture you've always wanted at the best price possible. Best of luck to the McAlester Buffaloes from all of us at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street, McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, Bank First, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of McAlester, the PC Landing Zone, and Reagan Auto. Let's take a quick look at the broadcast schedule this week, beginning with the one we've been talking about as the McAlester Buffaloes begin the 5A playoffs tomorrow night at home against the Claremore Zebras here on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, and the KNED app. Kickoff at 7 with a pregame show set for 6:15, radio only, and video streaming near kickoff at McAlsterRadio.com. We have 2 teams on bye this week, so we only have one collegiate game on McAlester Radio this week, and it's tonight when the Tulsa Golden Hurricane hosts the East Carolina Pirates on Cool 96.7 FM. Kickoff will be at 6:30 p.m. with the pregame show beginning at 5:30. We don't have Dallas Cowboys on the radio, but we do a better job at blocking the sun, as you can see on the video stream, than Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys do. Had to throw in that joke before we got done with this broadcast. Now, with all that said, we have Coach Adam Hass with our segment, The More You Know, just asking general and or fun questions to get to know you a little bit better here, Coach. We'll start off with this one. What are the wildest weather conditions you've ever coached or played in after having last week?
Honestly, last week was probably one of them. Mm-hmm. I think there's a 1A, 1B here. Last week obviously was wild. One year when I was coaching up north, we had the Ice Bowl against Bishop McGuinness, and it was the field was frozen over with ice, and it was freezing rain and sleet the entire game. But last week, the amount of precipitation that was coming down was crazy. So, I'd probably go with last week, honestly.
Right, and here's not many people get to do this in Oklahoma. What are your thoughts on possibly ever coaching in a snow game? Would you want to do that, or would it be a nightmare?
I'll be honest with you. I'd rather coach in a snow game than the rain and wind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I would choose that. But I don't know. Those games are always kind of fun. You know what I mean? With the little added element. But, I wouldn't mind.
What is your favorite moment from your playing days at McAlester, Coach?
Okay. Well, my favorite moment, it goes from the end of one game to the other game. When I was a senior, we beat Woodward in the semifinals in double overtime. We kind of drew a play in the dirt, and our quarterback booted out and got in the end zone and scored, which sent us to the state championship game. So, from that moment to the state championship game, obviously I didn't like the end of the state championship game. We lost 21-14 to Ada. Yeah. But that's probably my favorite moment.
And extra salt in the wound there too. That's going to make you hate Ada for the rest of your life. I know. You already hated them before, but
I remember like it was yesterday. That's one of those things that you'll never forget.
Man, gosh dang it. What is your favorite genre of music? Do you have a favorite band, Coach?
Well, I'm pretty eclectic as far as music goes, but I would say if I had to pick one genre, it'd be country music.
Okay.
I like country music. I'm kind of I'm kind of in a Co-Wetzel phase right now.
All right.
I like listening to Co-Wetzel, and I'm excited about the Cross Canadian Ragweed reunion.
I was just about to ask you about that.
But yeah, I would choose country.
Okay, and this is just a bonus question. We're going to ask you a couple more here, but OU or OSU then? Because since we have Cross Canadian Ragweed being held at Boone Pickens, so you know OU or no OSU guy?
So there's a conflict of interest.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm an OU fan. I was born and raised an OU fan.
Gotcha.
Just so happens I met my wife at OSU.
Wow. Okay.
And so obviously she's a big OSU fan. So
house divided.
Yeah, it's divided, but we make it work. And I know, Cross Canadian Ragweed got their start at OSU, and some of my favorite Stoney LaRue, some of my favorite bands and stuff like that are from OSU. But yeah, I'm an OU fan, but we make it work.
At least y'all are there for each other in this tough 2024 season.
Right.
Do you have any game day routine or any superstitions?
The only routine I have is I create an itinerary for game day, and I focus on the itinerary and staying on time. And I guess that would be my superstition is got to stay on time. Got to get these. This is what we're doing. We got to stick to the plan as much as possible. And so I would say the only thing I have is my game day itinerary that I set for the coaches and the team.
Okay. And speaking of game day stuff, last question's always a fun one. If you had to pick one player on the team to take over play calling for a drive, who would you pick?
Man, that's tough. That's a tough one.
Trevin's not instead of your hey, pick me, coach. I know exactly what I want to do.
I got you. Man, I don't. Man, I could give you a couple. I think perhaps Sean Perkins.
Okay.
A right guard. I think I might pick him. I think Jordan Clark.
Okay.
He might be one that I would pick. But man, that's a tough question. I can.
Hopefully, you never have to do it.
Yeah. Right. Hopefully, we're never in that situation. But there's a few.
Yeah.
There's a few guys that I would I could pick.
Well, Trevin wanted to nod his head. Hey, Trevin, if you're going to draw up a drive, what are some plays that you're going to run with? Don't tell us the name of the plays, but what are we going to do here? You can grab the mic real quick if you want to. Don't put it on. Just speaking to the mic.
Speaking to the mic.
What are you going to draw up?
Taking some deep shots.
Deep shots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be air raid, huh?
Give it to some receivers.
Give it to some receivers. All right, Coach. Anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
No, man. I'm excited about tomorrow. I hope everybody comes out and we pack the stands and we get rowdy.
Yes, sir. Once again, veterans get in free, so make sure that you salute a veteran and thank them for their service if you see them in the crowd. Not just this weekend, but every time that you get to meet them, you get the chance to. Thank you, Coach, and good luck against the Zebras tomorrow night.
Thank you, sir.
Again, this has been Brandon Green with Coach Adam Hatz this morning. Thank you for tuning in, and until next week, if the Buffaloes win, same time, same place, don't just have a great day, have a Buffalo day, everybody.